Sometimes I'm in Zimbabwe, people don't even know.
And people trust you with their assets.
A lot of them.
You have more than 2 companies, am I correct?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, about 5, 6.
5, 6 companies.
Yeah.
It really pains me that people of my age are focusing on the wrong thing.
Yes. 12 years old, I was selling in the street. I was selling fruit and vegetables, majanje, wild fruits.
Is it not hard to actually start a business like that, especially in Zimbabwe?
You choose your hard. I think when I lost my dad, that was my turnaround in my life. I looked at my mom, right? My mom, when I lost my dad, my mom had a tough time, you know, with relatives and stuff. So I love education, but I hate school.
Where you are right now,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd be sleeping all the time, but it seems like you sleep almost 3 or 4 hours.
I actually want to sleep, man. Like, to tell you the truth, I actually want to sleep, but I've done it for so long that I can't.
Wow.
You know, I've done it for so long that I can't. Sleeping is good, not for broke people. Nobody has ever been rich from sleeping. But when you get to my level, you make money while you sleep. Okay, fine. My name is Valentine Guzonshaya, aka Vk LionHeart.
Yeah.
I'm a serial entrepreneur, a venture capitalist. I own quite a number of companies and I manage people's assets. I help people grow their money.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, people trust you with their assets.
A lot of them.
I would definitely trust you.
Yeah.
So here we are, and I'm happy that you gave me this opportunity to meet you.
Yeah.
You know, the most surprising part is that you never checked out my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Whether I was big or small.
Yeah.
You gave me this opportunity. I mean, why are you doing that?
You see, like, everybody wants to work with an established person.
Yeah.
But who gives opportunity to the people who are getting established? Because it's like me. For me to get established, I had to work my way out, but somebody had to give me an opportunity to get noticed.
True,
you know.
true.
So I'd rather work with the people who are on their way as much as I work with people already on the platform, so that we give everybody a chance to win.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am grateful for this opportunity. Let's talk about how you started. Because as of now, when I look at you, I look at you as someone who is like one of the biggest entrepreneurs in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
The way you are carrying yourself, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You have more than 2 companies, am I correct?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, about 5, 6.
5, 6 companies.
Yeah.
How did you start? Did you grow up in a family where we can say the family was rich? How was your background?
Okay, so my background, my dad was a bus driver.
Oh.
Yeah. My dad was a bus driver at Waterside College. My mom was a domestic worker at a college. She was cleaning hostels. Yeah. So my parents, no entrepreneurial background. And my dad died when I was 11. He suffered from a sickness that was incurable, and then he passed away. So when he passed away, we were evicted from Watershed College because my mom had left the job. So you only stay in that house if you're working for the school.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so we were staying in a compound, which they call Kombon in my language.
Yeah.
You know. So after that, I moved to Marondera at my grandfather's place. I was staying in a ghetto called Cherima, you know, and then I went to Rakodza High School. That's where I did my school. After that, I did my A-level at Macheke High School. I started selling in the streets when I was 12 years old.
No way. You were saying you sold something in the streets?
Yes, 12 years old, I was selling in the street. I was selling fruit and vegetables, majanje, wild fruits in the street. That's how I grew up. If you ask people from Marondera, they know me from Speed. You know, where you sell and the police come and you run. I was a street guy, man. That's when I started understanding about money, from 12 years old. Yeah. So that's how I grew up.
That's how you started?
That's how I started. I started from selling in the streets at 12 years old. That's how I started the money exchange.
I mean, you have a company that I know.
Yeah.
It's called an energy drink.
Jungle Kings.
Jungle
Energy
Kings.
Drink. Yes.
Is it not hard to actually start a business like that, especially in Zimbabwe?
You choose your hard. In life, you choose your hard. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to be rich.
Because when I am looking at starting an energy drink company in Zimbabwe, the first thing that comes into my mind is that is it going to be a lucrative business in Zimbabwe? Okay,
so basically when you are looking at businesses, right?
Yeah.
If you look at how lucrative it is, it's pretty hard to assess the risk. Because if you get controlled by money when you're starting a business, money you might not find. But if you want to solve a problem or be a solution to a problem, it's like right now, the energy drink market is one of the most rising markets in the world, not only in Zimbabwe.
You see, like people like me only target Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You're going international. I
Man,
noticed.
There's no limit. There is no limit. Yeah. We actually produce in South Africa, not in Zimbabwe.
So most of your time you're in South Africa?
I'm everywhere.
You're always everywhere?
I'm everywhere, bro. Sometimes I'm in Zimbabwe, people don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a hard person to find.
Exactly. Scarcity is my marketing.
How do you do it? I mean, like, you're very confident.
Yeah.
Was there a certain time that you told yourself, like, from now on, I have to be confident, or you were like this?
I think when I lost my dad, that was my turnaround in my life, because I looked at my mom, right? My mom, when I lost my dad, my mom had a tough time, you know, with relatives and stuff, and she had a choice to leave us with my grandfather, and she goes back to her home and she gets married elsewhere, or to stay with us. My mom said, I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to stick with my kids. So when she did that, you know what I did? Yeah. I raised my hand and I said, you know that song, May the Real Slim Shady Please Stand Up? I raised my hand, I said, may the real VK, I was still Valentine then. Yeah. May the real Valentine please stand up. Because nobody's coming to my rescue. I have to rescue myself. Wow. You know, I have to fight for my family. I have to fight for my mom. I have to fight for my little brother. So I just chose. It was a choice.
It was a choice.
It was a choice, yeah. I decided that right now it's time to take over.
I watched your video, like the other video, and you talked about education and school. And you said you don't like school.
Basically, education comes from the Greek word edukai, if I'm not mistaken, but you can search it out.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Greek word means bring out.
Bring out.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where the word education comes from. It means bring out. So we are saying if you are growing up, if we are to educate you, we have to bring out what you already have. But the school system does not bring out. It puts in what they want you to become, or what they deem, you know, what they deem valuable. So I love education, but I hate school. School does not represent what education means. It's just these posts of Ministry of Education. It's not a Ministry of Education. It's Ministry of School System. Because if it was education, we would look at our kids and look at what can they do best. And we nurture that. If it's a footballer, we take them to football academies. You know, a person like you, there must be a school for what you're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know what? Like, I am a deferred university student. I was doing social work. Yeah. And then, like, my parents told me, you know what? We no longer have money. We are having financial problems. You have to drop out.
Wow. Yeah.
And what they told me, I did listen to them. Yeah. And I started this. Yes. This whole social media thing. Yeah. Yeah. And then now I can actually send myself back to school. Okay? And then I told myself, I am into social media. I love this. Yeah. I never loved the social work.
What degree were you doing?
Social work.
So you want to go back there?
No, you know what? Yeah. I don't love it like that much. I might finish the degree, but I won't be using it. Yeah. I'll be doing this because I love this.
So why go back?
I'm not gonna go back. Like next year.
Thank you.
Next year, you see what? Next year,
thank you.
I want to take this to another level. Yes. I want to travel around Africa, interviewing people like you, so that people can learn a thing or two and gain exposure. Yeah. It really pains me that people of my age are focusing on the wrong thing. Yes. You could, in other countries, maybe like developed countries, you could see a 16-year-old actually, you know, owning property. Yes. People barely understand about assets in this country. Yeah. So I'm happy that I meet people like you, and I am learning a thing or two. Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about, like, I watched your video where you were talking about assets, and from the way that you were saying it, it seems like assets and liabilities, they also apply to human beings. Okay,
so basically it's human beings that have assets, correct?
Yeah.
So if I have property, if I have my money in property, I'm a human being who carries that property, right? Yeah. So human beings can be assets. Human beings are the first definition of an asset and a liability. You see, have you ever had someone who comes to your house, you give them food, they want to take the plate with? Yeah. They actually want to take your wife with. So they are people that you keep in your life. Instead of adding to you, they subtract from you and they milk you dry. Nah. I saw an interview of Tyler Perry. You were saying that the first year, he was broke at 28. The next year he had made, I think, about $130. And the next year he was broke again. You know why? Yeah. Because he wanted to prove to people around him that he has made it. He kept giving people they were milking him dry.
Okay,
Yeah. So you can have liabilities, man, that kill your pocket without adding anything to you. No positive energy, no money, connections, no business stocks. It's just people that take from you. So you won't succeed going that way.
So most of the time, family and friends are liabilities.
Well, most of the times, yeah. You have to, especially family and friends.
Yeah.
You have to learn to know who is your. That's why I don't give family members money. Only the kids.
I understand.
Exactly. The grown-ups, I tell them I can coach you to do business. I can invest in your business. That is if you've got a solid idea. Otherwise, if you just come asking for money, I won't give you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So in terms of business ventures, if we are to look at young people, what would you recommend them to focus on?
Okay. So the first thing that a young person must focus on is personal development before you do anything else. Because it's the person that makes things happen. It's like when I invest in people, people think when they're pitching the idea, they think I'm looking much into the idea. I'm looking much at you. Are you the person who can push this to go to the next level? Because you can have a good ideas are not a problem in the world, but people who execute are the problem. There is a statement that says innovation is rewarded, execution is worshipped. People celebrate innovation. Innovation can get paid. I pay my employees to be innovative, but nobody can pay me because I execute. So young people must develop themselves, learn to be masters of their own game. It's like what you do.
Yeah.
You must be the best at it.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Exactly. So you must push at personal development. If you gotta do courses of this, go do courses of. Look for ways. If you have to meet guys like me to drill new skills in your head on how to make money with what you're doing. Personal development. I won't speak about any business. I won't speak about any idea. The first thing is personal development. So how do you do that? Invest in yourself first. Before you look at how can I have the best idea, look at which best workshop can I go to learn from? Which best mentor can I look at to learn from? Right now we are putting up a university online. We are putting out
university.
Yes, a life university where we're teaching people life skills, business negotiation skills, sales skills, marketing skills, how to do trading, all these things that young people can make money with.
Are you not afraid to do these things? We're talking about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Are you not afraid to venture into new stuff?
Man, I don't fear no man. I fear God only.
Wow.
I fear no man. Anything that God created, I don't fear it, because God says, have dominion over everything on earth and everything on sea. So that's why the lion is the king of the jungle, because I'm on top of the food chain. Man, if you want to cut your life short, stand in front of my goals.
I mean, if people could actually have the same mindset that you have, all those negative stuff, I think they would be removed. But people are afraid to venture into businesses or even to develop themselves. They think they care more about what people say about themselves.
Yes.
I mean, it's really sad what's happening out there. I mean, let's talk about influencers or influencing.
Okay, so basically I did a video a couple of weeks ago about influencers. I'll just rephrase that and maybe say it in a different light. You see, an influencer, they say you're a star. All right, because a lot of people watch you. Biblically, it means you're anointed. So most influencers in Zimbabwe, they are leading people astray. They're speaking vulgar online and whatever. At the end of the day, where's the generation going?
No way.
Somebody said in 2030, in 2030, there'll be flying cars. 2030 people are twerking on live, on Facebook Lives, bruh. People are speaking vulgars in 2030. That's absurd.
That's strange.
The people who passed away thinking right now they're flying cars. We are literally human beings are flying. We're doing crazy things. And then you see people doing live videos crying about depression and stuff. What's that?
Do you think that people are becoming soft?
Very soft.
And we're going down there instead of going up. We're going
especially
down
men. Men are becoming very soft.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you as a man, from my own perspective, from where I grew up, as a man, you don't cry in front of women. You don't do that. As a man. You don't actually press the live button and come on live and say, I am depressed as a man. I mean, where I come from
So, as a man, you are allowed to cry.
Yeah, right? You are.
But not publicly. You can, because it's killing everybody, like what you're saying. You cannot press a button and go on live.
Yeah.
Even a woman, you're not allowed to do that because you have 10,000 people that are watching you. Some of them are holding on to you.
Yes.
As hope.
Exactly.
You know, they're already broken. They're already broken. So whenever they watch your video, they're holding on to you as hope, and then they see you cry. These influencers don't know how many people they're causing to commit suicide.
Oh my God.
They don't know.
I mean, as for me, when I'm looking at you, you're one of the people that when I listen to your videos, when I watch your videos, it motivates me to start a business.
Yes.
Let's say I started a business because of you.
Yeah.
And then 2 months down the line, you come on social media and say, you guys, I was wrong. I'm just going to give up on everything. I'm done. Where does that leave me?
Imagine. Just imagine.
So now I totally get what you are saying in terms of influencers.
Yes.
Let's say, like, do you ever face problems when you are handling your businesses? You have a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
How do you handle pressure and that kind of stuff?
Okay, so every day I got problems.
Yeah.
What makes me an entrepreneur is the ability to solve problems. An entrepreneur is not a master in business. He's a master in finding solutions where there is none.
Okay. So some of the people out there, when they think that they are entrepreneurs, they think that they are the best at everything.
No. You're the best at finding solutions of sometimes problems that you have caused yourself.
Oh my God. I'm learning new stuff each and every day.
Yeah, so an entrepreneur is the ability to make crisis an opportunity. Is the ability to, I've told my guys that there's something that I learned from this man. He was speaking and he said, you know what, when I became a sales guy, I started giving myself a target of no's. So what I would do is, every day when I'm making calls, I want to get 10 no's. So if I'm on number 7 and I get a yes, I start again. Why? Because I want, problems, how I deal with problems is I keep going and I get excited with problems. So I rewire myself. Do you think it's fun to chase after something?
It's not.
It's not, right?
It's not.
But why is it that when lions are hunting, they look like the most excited creatures on the planet? They enjoy the process. So they were wired to have fun when they are hunting. Yet, it's a tough process.
It is.
So they make it simple because they work smart. They create strategy. It's all about diligence, intelligent planning, working deliberately, So at the end of the day, man, I face problems every day. But what excites me is that's what I wake up for.
Because like when I'm looking at you, it seems like you don't have problems at all.
Yeah, I'm like an Iron Man, bro, because problems are what make me. Every problem that I get over, it's like iron that's added to my body. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So
I get frustrated most of the time when I'm looking at people to interview.
Yeah.
Because I'm still down there. They don't, agree to this.
Yes.
To this interview.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get to that level where I say, I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna give up. And then I receive a comment where someone says, look, Bira, thank you so much for the interview that you did with that person. I learned a thing or two. I'm actually going to start my own business.
Yeah.
And I say, wow. So I can relate to what you're saying, but the part where you say when you face a problem and you enjoy the whole process, I was not doing that. Maybe I'm supposed to start.
Yeah, so what you do is you rewire yourself.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's a habit that you have to make. So a lioness is not excited when they eat the lions.
Yeah.
They don't look excited.
They don't.
No, they're excited about that. Do you know lions sleep 20 hours a day?
So most of the time they're sleeping.
Most of the time they're sleeping. Life is boring. Life only excites them when they're hunting. When they're eating, they're not having fun. When they're sleeping, they're not having fun. They're having fun when they're hunting. That's why you see a guy like me cannot stop, because when I'm enjoying my money, I'm not really having fun with that. When I'm sleeping at home, I'm not having fun. Man, when I'm in the grind, looking for properties, looking for businesses, people telling me no, having meetings, shaking hands with guys, man, that's when I'm alive.
That's your playground.
That's what I'm born for. I'm born to make things happen. So I enjoy that. That's why people give up, because they want the result. If you want the result and it doesn't come, what do? You give up. You go back home. If you want to deal and somebody tells you no, what do? You go back home. You see.
How many hours do you sleep a day?
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Yo. I mean, at the stage where you are right now,
yeah,
I thought maybe you'd be sleeping all the time. But it seems like you sleep almost 3 or 4 hours.
I actually want to sleep, man. Like, to tell you the truth, I actually want to sleep, but I've done it for so long that I can't.
Wow.
You know, I've done it for so long that I can't. Sleeping is good, not for broke people. Sleep. Nobody has ever been rich from sleeping. But when you get to my level, you make money while you sleep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm an investor, so I invest in people. People do the job for me. But I have gone to the level where I've hustled without sleeping that right now I cannot sleep. Ask my security personnel. Right now we've been sharing a room since I've been in Zim. And ask him. He wakes up 1 a.m. I'm awake. I'm watching a documentary. He wakes up at 4 a.m. I'm awake. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And then
oh my God.
Yeah, and right now I've noticed as well, him is a light sleeper. So anything you just walk to the bathroom, he's up. You just, so he's like, he's saying this guy cannot sleep. But not that I'm doing anything sometimes. I'm just used to it that I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I don't know. I don't know how to sleep 6 hours. I don't. My system is already...
Do you read books?
I read a lot of books.
You know, I read one book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
You read one book?
Yeah. And
so I'm going to challenge you in this interview.
Yes.
You got to read one book a month at least.
One book a month?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'll do it.
Every month.
Because you said it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Every month?
Every month. Every month. I used to read one book every week.
Yo.
I was inspired by Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe would read one book every week. So when he said it in one of his speeches, I was like, this guy is wiser than me. And he's reading one book a week. So I also started reading one book a week. Then now I read with my wife. So my wife is a slow reader.
Following your footsteps.
Yes. So she's a slow reader. So I decided to go one book a month. Plus I've read a lot of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the best book that you've read?
Always The Richest Man in Babylon, because that's the book that changed my whole money game when I was still 17.
17?
Yeah.
Yo. So I'm happy that I met you, and I'm actually going to learn a lot. I'm learning a lot already.
Yeah.